I was throwing cups and plates, slamming doors.
How come you never told
And
us
I'm
this
telling
story?
you, there was no rational trigger for it, but we would argue about something.
Throwing
and
cups.
You threw
like I'm
things.
mad. Laptop.
Give
Wow.
You're joking.
I was so pissed off, but again, no rational explanation. Hi guys, I'm Wanjiro.
Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I am Sophie, and this is Ninja Parenting. Girls, how are you?
Hey, doing well.
Yes.
Doing
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What's good?
We're emotionally in tune.
And it's how many days to Christmas?
Let's check today. It's 107?
There are few.
101. It's 100. When they're 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no
Gosh.
longer.
I'm already listening to Buble.
Let me tell
those
you.
Christmas songs.
Me, I'm preparing. I'm starting my kit for everything. Like, I just ordered my fairy lights for the back of the yard. I'm ready. Yeah.
I'm usually ready, but this year I could do with more days. I just feel like there's things I need to do before this Christmas lands.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling that pressure of the days just moving too rapidly.
Yeah.
But it is well. I am still good. The totals are well. How are your totals?
Oh, the tots are good. Back to school.
Yeah.
Hi. We are firefighting to make sure no colds attack us.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in the thick of it. We got it done for Karibu Shule.
Yeah.
We got all of the flus.
Asian
They
way. It is
sambazed
not
to
landing
myself.
in our house because we
We'll
all
stay
know
away.
what happens when it lands in our house.
Oh, yeah.
We know. That is a whole other episode. The homers that visit the Yumbias are legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say that legend. Wait for it. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so on the subject of totals, let's talk about, is this a favorite? Maybe. The whole being pregnant. Especially with those fasts, because after that, it doesn't matter.
It does.
Yeah.
Because there's no pregnancy that's the same.
They're all different.
I can
All
tell
of
you
them.
all three of them.
Okay, I take it back. They are different. But let's talk about the first ones, because I think those are the ones where we were more in tune with our bodies than ever before, I think, right?
And they break your virginity.
Yes. So let's talk about trimester 0 to birth. What that is all about.
Okay, we have to do it like one at a time.
Yes.
Yes. All of them are they come with their own challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. My trimester 1, okay, I'll just say for all of them because all of them had slightly different experiences. But for the first one, I had 0 symptoms.
Yes.
I would forget that I'm pregnant. Yeah, it was just wonderful, except the itis. I would be sitting somewhere and then all of a sudden I wake up. Like I don't even know when I fell asleep, but now I am awake.
Yeah.
I remember, in fact, during a client call, like it's a meeting, an important meeting. I've said I must be present. And I just sat down with my computer and then the call was over. And then I woke up and I was just like, oh, crap. Okay, I hope nobody called my name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. For me, most of them were like that.
Yeah.
I had some morning sickness as well, aversion to food, more like it. So not throwing up necessarily, but like there were smells. There's a colleague of mine that I don't think our friendship has ever resumed because I just couldn't stand her smell during that time. I don't know what she was using. And now I started avoiding her and I didn't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because also this is the first trimester, so you're not telling people you're pregnant yet. So
Right.
I'm just keeping my distance and I don't know that we've ever come back to normal friendship. Yeah, but that was, most of my first trimesters were actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. How about you?
Hi. My first trimesters were the ghetto, especially the last.
Yeah.
The first and the last were the worst. I remember the first, when they tell you morning sickness, it's a lie because you expect it in the morning. But it's honestly, I think mine should be branded all day sickness because let me just tell you, that child did not allow me to eat anything. I could not eat. I couldn't smell. I couldn't stand the smell of cooking food for her. So like onions, tomatoes, frying. Oh God!
Yeah.
I'd have to exit the space
Yeah.
and come back and now find when the food. Otherwise, if I smell it, I'm not gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't have the same meal twice. let me tell you.
Like
it was
no
terrible.
leftovers.
No, like I'd go to and the thing that works today might not work this evening or tomorrow. So like I had this pal we were sharing an office with, and that chick, she took Lucy. That child is ours, because let me tell you, it would be like lunchtime, hungry, and then it's the hunger. You don't want to eat, but you have hunger pangs.
Yeah.
So we'd go, and then I'm like, I really feel like I just need something, but you can't quite tell what it is. Like when I taste it, I'll know what it is.
Yeah.
So now, see, we're going to the taste test in the restaurant. So I'm like, okay, bring pilau. One bite, I'm like, So she has to eat all the rejected. Or I would walk into a restaurant and just be like, this is not it today. Let's leave. And she's dying of hunger. I'm like, no, we must find another place. That smell is not working for me. And I could not carry takeaway. Like if it worked for lunchtime, if I smell it in the car, I will arrive throwing it in the dustbin. It's a wrap. So the only thing that worked was salads and my mother's food. So I'd have to pass by my mom's home place, eat, and then go home. And it would just be vegetables and salad. She just knew the menu. And her and that child are very close. Yeah, she just close to the heart. But yeah, it was terrible. Food aversions were like I'd eat. If I ate beans and I liked the beans and I ate one bean that was spoiled, that's the end. I have to go home. I'm sick. And I'd rather, you're just like sick and you feel like throwing up, like terrible. You feel like you're constantly sucking on a Panadol.
Oh,
like that, you know,
that's
or like a malaria queen, something like that. It's just a terrible metallic taste that just does not go away. And so I remember the doctor just telling me, you know what, at this point you're on survival stage. If whatever works, forget
just
about diet. If you find it's salt and vinegar crisps, I used to have them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. As in, it was the only thing that could mask the taste. So it was.
And your children like them
so much, so
That's
much.
where it came from.
That babe made me eat boiled sausages.
Yeah,
and that's all I could eat. Boiled sausages.
Ew.
Just leave. And I couldn't eat meat. Sausages are the only thing I could eat.
Boiled sausage, even the way it looks.
Let me tell you, if you put it in oil,
it was over.
It's over. Like, that was it. I was sick.
Sadness.
Sick. The last one, I couldn't eat the whole, 7 months. I was only eating cabbages with no tomatoes. You fry it with kitungu only. Imagine you're taken to a whole,
a cabbage.
but you're taken to a restaurant. Imagine going to a high-end restaurant. You've been taken for lunch.
And you want
asking,
cabbage.
Chukes, do cabbage. Just no nyanyas, and then put the supu kando.
Okay.
That was the whole pregnancy. And the boy loves cabbage.
Thanks be to God.
Yeah.
I cannot even fathom what you went through.
How was yours?
Mine was a ride. Ooh, it was wonderful. I felt nothing. I didn't get a single day of morning sickness. Not even an hour.
Must be nice.
I know, right?
I didn't have even an
friends?
hour of morning sickness with any of them.
Morning sickness being like the nausea and
Nothing.
throwing up. Nothing.
Did not happen.
Smell sensitivities.
Nothing.
Wow.
I
We
don't
bad
know.
for you. I think that's how this friendship works.
Yeah.
I think, but I was, I had to have it easier because I was also old. So I was like, let's not really struggle. Otherwise, you'll never do this again.
Yeah.
So, but they were not bad at all.
Anything? What about joints? What
Nothing.
about? I can't really tafutang here. Come
Yeah.
on. Like, there was
Imagine I had nothing.
what?
In the first trimesters.
Yeah.
Even up to the second.
Yeah.
You know that mine was an entire honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
I was just getting larger. And even I was not even that large. Even at my largest, I wasn't large. I just looked like I had eaten a...
Oh, yeah, because I remember
Healthy meal.
Nambi's. I remember Nambi's.
Yeah.
She was,
I was just like...
so petite.
Yeah.
Like a
Pregnant
big
mosquito.
Yeah.
yes. That was that was the emoji. I know.
And I had really worried about, because you hear the stories. I remember at that time, Kate Middleton, Duchess, you had her story. She was in hospital because her morning sickness was...
What is it? They call it hypermeris gravidarium. Like the one that is just
has a bad name.
Hyper.
It's, it needs 24/7 monitoring.
Yeah.
So I had that thing and I was like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
How can you be sick throughout?
Yeah.
Is it even fair?
Gosh,
How does anyone survive?
Yeah.
Both mother and child.
Yeah.
I didn't see how that can be a thing.
You
So
are just coasting
I didn't
through.
have any... I coasted.
Okay, first trimester, nothing. Second
Nothing.
trimester,
Nothing.
emotions.
I was good. I mean, in general, I was good. Yeah, there was some sleepiness, some tiredness, but nothing unusual, nothing debilitating. Nothing.
Right.
I was just
Skin, hair.
lovely. I
Yeah.
had the most hair I've ever had in my life.
Gosh.
That would be the only reason to be pregnant
That is
again.
a reward. You didn't
It's
get
annoying.
more
More
like thick,
locks.
glorious hair?
No. My hair thickened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Thickened, and I
luscious.
didn't have any issue even afterwards with that thinning of hairline.
Loss.
Yeah.
I didn't have that.
Uh,
No, hair was
And the glowing
hair was
skin.
nail skin.
the girl messed with my skin.
Hey, this
The
girl.
she took
Your beauty.
I know she was
that's why
like
she's so gorgeous now.
initial, that's why she's so pretty. But yeah, second trimester was the best. The energy has come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You figured out what works for you, what doesn't. It was like the best season.
Yeah.
Second try for
Yeah.
me. Fantastic. Even for the like all three.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I think for the middle born, from second try, I was good now till the end because I remember I worked literally
Yeah.
to the last day.
Yeah.
Like I had energy. I did so much with that second pregnancy.
Yeah.
And I think the food aversions from second trimester were not as bad. Like for the first one, I could not eat meat throughout.
Yeah.
Nothing. No meat, no seafood, no chicken, no nothing. It was just veggies. So I was a vegetarian for my pregnancy for the
Yeah.
first one. No wonder the snapback was immediate. Second one, I was like, at least from second trimester, I could eat some meats. Some. And even now she does the same thing, eats some meats. The last one, hey, I was just on cabbage.
Hey.
And it was there. I
Cabbage,
couldn't
baby.
eat, I think I could only just eat beef.
Yeah.
That was it. But I couldn't have anything else until the end. But energy came back. For me, the worst was the last one. Because first trimester, I was in the dumps. I couldn't leave the house. I think it was the worst. Couldn't leave the house. It was terrible. Terrible. The second trimester, I was able to get some
Like a
energy.
foreign language for you.
Some energy. Then third trimester, I was back in the dumps.
Yeah.
Aye.
And then I caught COVID. When I was 7 months
You're
pregnant
going
with
to
that
scare
one.
the people.
No,
They will never get pregnant
but
again.
it's the truth. But you see, the
did you
truth
die?
of the I didn't die. Yeah. Surviving and thriving. So yeah, and it was that, and we got COVID.
Yeah.
But I
You
did
had
even-
COVID while pregnant.
Yeah, when I was 7 months pregnant.
How did
I got
was
COVID.
there anything different? Like, did you have to go to the hospital more often?
No,
Did
actually, do you know it was the easiest? Like it felt like I had a flu.
Yeah.
Like I honestly didn't have any symptoms. It was rest. I just took it as bed rest. The only reason I knew was like I had fatigue, but I thought it was just regular fatigue because I was working.
Yeah.
It was December. It was a busy season for me.
Yeah.
So I was working a lot. So I thought I just wasn't sleeping enough.
Yeah.
So it was just slight fatigue. Like I'm so sleepy. That's it. It wasn't until the people around me started testing positive, and I was like,
Uh-oh.
Were you scared?
yeah. Because now you read everything about COVID and pregnancy.
Yeah.
You hear all the things that could affect the pregnancy, delivery, and all of that.
Yeah.
I do honestly think that that's probably why this one was different, because out of all my children, I've never broken my water. Even the first one, even though I labored, they had to break my water.
Yeah.
This one morning, I was just having those days you're not booting.
Yeah.
Went back to bed, got up. Then my daughter called me. She'd peed in the bed. I went to check on her. And sure,
Even you peed.
even me. And that's exactly what I told her. I was like, I went to pick her up, and then there was this gush of water. And then I was like, it feels like you've peed, because based on watching all these ERs and whatever,
Yeah.
you think it's going to be like a
Yeah.
floodgate of water,
Yeah.
right? Like significant.
Yeah.
No, it was just like, it felt
trickled.
like I just peed myself. So as I was picking her up, I'm like, Mama, you're going to have to wait there a little bit. I
Yeah.
think Mommy just peed on herself.
Were we on the phone or something? Because I think you even
I
cut out the
called
phone.
you.
You're like, Ebu, just
Yeah.
chill.
I was like, and then I went back into the room to check, and then I
Yeah.
actually put on a pad just
Yeah.
to be like, I want to see if there's any like blood or anything on it
Yeah.
or any whatever,
Yeah.
just to know whether are we in labor or what's happening.
Yeah.
And then there was another gush again.
Yeah.
And this one was like, now there was a little pool of water
Yeah.
at the bottom. I was like, Jesus Christ of
Today's
Nazareth.
the day.
Happening.
You think you've seen it all.
Yeah.
Until.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so basically, I wasn't due for now 2-3 weeks. Yeah. And I'd come from the doctor the previous day.
Oh.
So now I had told him, I'm not coming back here because mine are elective. I was like, I'm not coming back here until 3
See
weeks.
you
I have
in the
a
theatre.
gig on this day. So I'm coming back on, let me tell you, the humble acceptance of calling him. So, do you think he's like, you are in labor, we need you now.
Yeah.
It is an emergency.
Yeah.
You need to be in the hospital in an hour. I'm booking you for theatre. We checked in and it was fast forward, in and out. The second born man, we had time to be monitored. Then the previous day, I went to eat sushi because you're not allowed. I was like, they'll be given antibiotics tomorrow. They're out.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
But mine were mostly terrible. Yeah.
My emotions?
Emotions, by the way, were not bad.
Yeah.
And I really loved like good perfumes. All my pregnancies, I like if you smelled nice, I could follow you.
Yeah.
Like I just like nice smells.
Yeah.
But it was mostly food aversions. Yeah.
A constant for me was rage.
Rage?
Not anger, not casual. Oh, I don't like this. Rage.
Against what or who?
The world in general. But unfortunately, and I love you, my husband.
He got it.
I was throwing cups and plates, slamming doors.
How come you never told
And
us
I'm
this
telling
story?
you, there was no rational trigger for it, but we would argue about something.
Throwing
and
cups.
You threw
like I'm
things.
mad. Laptop.
Give
wow.
You're joking.
I was so pissed off, but again, no rational explanation. The one that stands out, Sana, because all of these others I can't even explain it. But for my very first rage episode, it was a cat. So I was having problems with the smell of the pee in the house.
Yes.
Because now you're just sensitive to everything. And so he and I calmly talked and agreed that now we have to give up this cat. It can no longer stay in our house. And I have a connection with cats.
Oh, yeah.
So I tell the guy, okay, so no problem. I found somebody who's going to take the cat. They can come in the morning and pick it up. In the morning before he leaves for work, I'm already starting to deal with the loss of this cat. It hasn't left yet, but I'm starting to deal with it. And I don't know what we started arguing about, but I was having emotions about this, and now it became about him. And it just kept escalating. And we started saying things to each other. And I was just like, somebody is about to say, just go. And I told him, okay, you know what? You leave the house, because if we keep talking here, we're not returning from this. Soon as he left the house, I sat down at my computer and I went to Modern Coast. And I bought a ticket for Mombasa. I said, I'm going. I'm leaving this moment, this instant. I was 5 months pregnant at the time.
With baby number?
This is baby number 1. Yeah, 5 months pregnant. I said, I am leaving. I'm not staying in this house one moment longer. And I know my happy place is the coast. I just want a beach. So I bought a ticket.
Yeah.
In the morning. Okay, so this is like we have now a whole day because the ticket is for Usiku. I go online, and I'm a very responsible person when I run away. So I also went to look for hotels, and I want to see what are the day rates. Like I just want somewhere where I can't afford to spend the night,
sleep.
but I just need a day rate. So I don't want to go just to the beach casually. I'm pregnant, for heaven's sake. Okay, so I go, I research hotels. I call them up. I say, hey, I just want to come and spend the day at your hotel. I'm just going to be by the beach, or I'll be by the pool, whatever. How much are you charging for lunch? How much charging for this? Will you give me a package? Will you what? So I called a couple of them and I finally landed on one. And I started to execute my plan. I didn't even need to pack, but I just prepared my swimming costume, some water, The bus is in the evening, right?
Yes.
So husband has to come home at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to explain where I'm going.
But
I told him, I need some space. I'm going to my friend's house. And you guys, we all need this friend, yeah? So I'm like, I'm going to my friend's house. I'm just going to spend the night. I'll see you tomorrow. This is Friday. I call her up and I tell her, chick, I can't. I just need to go. So when he calls you, you just tell him that I'm there. I'm with you. Sawa. Okay, sawa. So we're fine. We're doing okay. And then he keeps trying to call me, but I know I'll just crack if I pick up the phone.
Yes.
So I just text him. I told him, I'm at this chick's house. So just give me some space. We'll talk tomorrow. He didn't believe me for some reason. I don't know. I guess maybe because I've never done it before. This is the first time, like all of a sudden now you're going for sleepovers. He called her up. Yeah, and I love her, but she cracked immediately.
I know who it is. But
you know,
yes.
Useless. But anyway, at least for the 6 hours when my plan was working, I was happy to have such a friend. So she tells him where I am, but at this point I'm already in the bus. The guy gets in the car and photos us in the bus. He's calling. Come off the bus. Just come. We talk. I told him. Finally, I just convinced him. We got all the way to, I think, Syokimau, and he's just behind us. So I told him, okay, listen. If I come back, the things we're going to discuss, we can't come back from that. So just let me go. I will pick up my phone whenever you call, but honestly, this is an overnight bus. I'm not leaving the bus. I'm not going anywhere. I'll just be on the bus. This is the hotel I'll be at tomorrow, and then I will come back. Okay, sawa. So he's like, okay, fine. I mean, at this point now, we leave for Tami until Machakos or like to Mombasa. He's like, okay, sawa, you go. No problem.
Hey.
It was so peaceful, let me tell you. I remember to this day, like the bus ride was so calm, like just that, just quiet all the way. I didn't even sleep. I got to Mombasa at about maybe 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I took a cab to the hotel and I sat at the beach and I watched the sunrise. Actually knew Zen. Like I've never even to this day, I've never known that kind of Zen. I watched the sunrise. I went to the reception. I asked the guys, like, when are they serving breakfast? Is it ready? And then they told me, yeah, no problem, you can come, but breakfast is not part of the package.
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay. Then the Kachile looks at me. She's like, you're pregnant. Yeah, it's okay. It's on the house. Don't worry. We got you.
That's just a biz idea for pregnant women in the first and second trimester who
True.
need to run away.
Yes.
They just need a night on the
Just
bus,
one.
a ride to
Because
somewhere.
now we have SGR.
Yeah.
It's so
We
easy.
are doing it.
Yeah.
Ninja parenting getaway package.
It's true.
For pregnant
Put
mamas.
a pin.
Put
a pin
on
yes.
That would be such a
Yeah.
dope.
Isn't it?
Dope.
Just get away.
Then you put all your aversions over there.
We
We
know.
have issues with.
Yes.
We'll give you a sterile room with no smells, no air freshener, no nothing.
No BO.
Boiled food only.
Boiled meats or cuts.
Yes.
We'll handle the husband.
Buffet catered to all pregnancy needs.
We handle your husband.
Yes. Yeah, we do PR.
We do PR.
We'll send Nini updates with pictures.
Voice
There's a
notes.
WhatsApp group for husbands of the Ninis.
Of
Yeah,
this
your
woman.
wife is
your
doing
wife
fighting
is now doing this.
Yeah.
And when she comes home, she'll be calmer,
Yes.
sweeter.
Yeah,
Allow
it's
her to
for
go.
your own good, honestly.
I love this so much.
with pregnancy massages.
I don't even know how you were able to do this.
Yeah.
That you had the presence of mind to
Yeah,
be like,
it's just
I
like
need
I
to
was
go.
fleeing. I just needed the beach because I know the beach is just my happy place. I just needed the ocean. So I went, spent the whole day by the pool. At some point I went, took a walk. You know those beach boys who come and tell you, oh, look, sea urchins.
Yeah.
We did all that. I had lunch. When I was done, I prayed a lot, by the way. And then when I was done, I got onto a tuk-tuk and then went to Tao. And then because I was really, really early,
Yeah.
I ended up even just telling him, it's okay, shukisha tu hapa. And then I just wandered around at a city that I had no idea
Yeah.
by there. But I was like, I feel like West is where that stage was. Eventually, I have 6 hours. No, it wasn't 6 hours, like 4 hours. I have 4 hours to kill.
Yeah.
If I get lost, I'll just end up there eventually.
Yeah.
Got back onto the bus. And then, here's the funny thing. The next day was Tanchat Marathon. And me, I had signed up. I was not going to. If you've paid for something, you must do it. So I had my T-shirt in my bag. I had everything. So when I landed the next
went
day,
for Tanchat?
I went for the marathon. I did my
Your
5K. And then after that now is when I eventually went home. Husband was not at home. When he finally came home, we didn't talk about it. We have never talked about it since, but we were better for it. Everybody was sane and normal.
And you
I guess
stopped
even
throwing
him
cups.
having
Sorry?
the quiet time helped.
Even
too.
him, yeah.
Even was like, I'm telling you now, she might just climb a plane next time and
Yeah.
be gone for good.
Yeah.
And you stopped throwing
No,
the
other
outrage.
episodes happened, but then at least I was able to have the presence of mind to be like, okay, let me separate myself from this situation now.
Yeah.
Something is wrong. It was so weird. It would be like an out of body experience. Like I'd be slamming doors and did you what, lying on the ground crying dramatically, and then it's like I'd be watching myself from outside my body, going like, but Beth, what is it? What is wrong? What's happening here?
It's the babes.
All
They
of
were
the
preparing
pregnancies.
the drama.
Yes. All of my pregnancies, I've had rage issues. Yeah. Later on in therapy, I discovered also they have just existed. It was for some
Anyways, but
reason
for
the,
some reason
the gates
they
were flung open. Yeah. So now I box recreationally. It helps me to get out some of that rage.
What?
Yes, but all of them, that was my emotional issue.
I'm so tickled. I've never heard of such a thing.
My
think
mom
for
said
me-
she had it as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With who? Expecting who?
All four of us. All four of us.
I was
My
waiting
mom
to
had
say.
rage.
I was waiting to hear it was you. I was like,
No.
But yeah, it
was
happens,
all
by
of
the
us.
way.
Yeah.
It does happen. It does. No, because
Emotional
honestly,
roller coaster.
at
You
that
could be a
point,
weepy person.
Because it does evoke different emotions for you.
Yes.
There'll be triggers that are maybe you'll be heightened in terms of, especially for her,
Yeah.
who's not a person who shows emotion a lot.
Yeah.
This is probably the trigger for like hold nothing back. So it will open the floodgates on that. It might be you don't cry, but all of a sudden everything is a tearjerker.
Yeah.
You see somebody crossing the road,
our
you're like,
friend.
"Hi, okay."
Yeah. She watches advertisements, like those ones of a Kit Kat, and then there's a cat that just goes, oh, she'll be
balls.
bawling
See?
out
There
of
we go.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys fascinate
Or
me.
there'll be there's just that person who just is just exuding, like, angel vibes.
Yeah.
Just like a halo is over their heads. They just
Yeah.
look like they're great as my sister.
I think that
Just
was me.
glowing throughout her pregnancies. Her boys just did her well. She was just looking
Present.
That was you.
I think that was
Glowing
me. I was
and
having the time of
peaceful,
my
zen.
life.
Yeah. And
just
also,
being maternal and motherly and just
and
carrying
just
the up.
stretching out in all
Yeah.
directions. But I also felt really hot, like sexy hot.
Oh, me, I felt
Not hot
like,
temperatures.
Me, I was
no.
burning. I was like
Sexy
an
hot,
oven.
you looked hot, or sexy hot like you wanted
Felt
hot?
Well, let us clarify for the audience. No, I think I was really into my body.
Yeah.
Like it was doing this thing
Yeah.
that was just the most incredible
Yeah.
thing possible for a body to do. I was so into it. So I was just so in tune with the changes. I didn't like all of them, but I was just like, you're doing important work. You're growing a baby. So I was dressing like, see this baby bump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And look at me,
I think
doing
that's
the
like
Lord's
one thing
work.
we all. If there's one thing we really all really enjoyed was our baby bumps. We really dressed up. My mom was just like, "Hey, us guys used to just wear rindas, those
Kamisis.
oversized clothes. Actually, these are pregnancy jeans, actually these are, and they're, oh my God."
Yeah.
She was like, "This is so." She went shopping with me. She was like, "You guys are, it's
Kumbe.
not showing your stomach too much." I'm like, that's the point.
Yeah.
The point is the stomach to bulge.
No,
the world must know. And it was so, but you know what's another interesting thing? It's just like is how here, like Africa,
Yeah.
pregnancy is such it's something that's really loved on by just society.
Yeah.
Just how much people just, the softness you see in people that you don't see on a regular day. Like you'll see the watchman running and getting out of his way to try and help you. The people in the tellers, the what. I mean,
Yeah.
everywhere you go, everybody's just it's like there's a nurturing that comes. Like
I loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I see it, and then even for me, when I see a pregnant woman, I'll be like, and even with a child, I'll see somebody who's trying to see somebody who's struggling with multiple kids and a stroller. You just be like,
It's okay. Yeah.
just she
Yeah.
got
Ingia
you.
tu
I
pure.
understand you.
Yeah. But
Just even when you're traveling.
Yeah.
But now you don't realize it until you leave these borders.
Yeah.
Then you go to the West. Man's and nobody cares.
It's all on you.
Yeah. See, I traveled recently with a baby. And he was just, was he even a year yet? No. But like the difference here when you have a child and just how people are willing to help
Yeah.
versus out there. Man, yani, and it's everybody from those immigration guys to they don't care. You're over there with the luggage, you're pulling, you're whatever, you have a baby screaming in their back, and they're still over there backing backing instructions. Hurry up, we're about to close that. You're just like, guy,
deal with your
these
life
are so
choices.
rough. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
also just enjoy being pregnant here. I mean,
No, it's so nice. You're
it's a
so
nice-
right.
yeah.
I remember just walking into places and it's like red carpet treatment.
oh yeah. Madam, are you comfortable? Do we change your chair? Do you need do you need some?
Like I can do this for the rest of my
Simama
life.
hapa, there's too much sun. And it's such, I mean, hey, Carrefour then introduced the lines for the pregnant.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, that's a priority. Like, if you're not showing you over there trying to unleash your stomach to try and jump like you for, can you not? I think the annoying thing was when you're not showing, because mine take long to show.
Yeah.
Because you're just like,
Advantages are
I'm here in the queue because nobody will understand I'm pregnant. So
it's true. It's
nice-
such a strange, and especially if it's not so terrible. It's such an amazing time. Of course, in the back of your head, you are thinking, but this baby has to be born somehow.
I know, yeah.
And that is the part where you're just like, ooh-wee.
Did you guys watch the videos? Like
Of?
birthing videos and
All of them.
whatever?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Even the CS ones.
Yeah.
I just watched one though. And that was enough to just put the fear of God in me. that was it. I was like, maybe I don't need to know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Will
Some
I
mystery
be
is nice.
performing the surgery?
Yeah.
No. It's okay. Let's just.
May I
But-
watch
and
the
then-
hypno ones,
Uh-huh.
the hypno bathing of all these women giving birth in water baths with
Yeah.
candles and drums being played in the background,
Yeah.
and they're channeling, I don't know, mother who,
Yeah.
sister what.
On that,
I was like, that will be me.
On that
I
note,
am going to harm this
nothing.
baby out of this womb. It will walk out and we will both be zen, happy.
so what
Oh.
was your birthing experience?
Uh-huh.
What was the expectations versus reality?
Yes.
I had no labor. Just like the pregnancy was just kawa.
Yeah.
the labor never came.
Yeah.
I did not feel even a minute
Yeah.
of pain. Even one where I can say,
Ay,
oh,
Sophie, but this chick is just like,
Me,
she
something-
needs to be studied.
something was going on with me.
Yeah.
Something, even the water broke.
Yeah.
We just sat.
Yeah.
The doctor would come in, anything? I'm like, what should I feel? I felt nothing.
Wait. Because we've run ahead. Third
Yes.
trimester, like even just leading up to it, were you getting like the Braxton Hicks contractions? Or you get,
Oh, this one was Braxton Hicks.
I have no
20%
Braxton.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
False alarm, Braxton Hicks.
yeah.
The only thing I had at that trimester was, I was bigger and sleeping was more difficult.
Yeah.
Because of the tanning.
It
Hard
turned,
bed.
it turned like a trailer. It's like a 3-point turn.
But it's a communal effort. Higher babe, shika hii side
I
now.
know.
Let's go.
No, mine, no, he was dead asleep. You have to figure yourself over there.
I was like, we are all invested
Yeah.
in me being able to turn so that I can sleep. So please, let us all do it together.
Yeah. That was the most difficult adjustment, was just moving your body because
Yeah.
it's so much bigger now. And bathing.
Yeah.
You know, like washing all the important parts.
You can't just-
There are many parts below the belly.
Yeah.
Right? It was just humble
And
acceptance.
you can no longer see them. You can no longer tell whether they're still
even
there.
just
Even
a simple mundane task like tying laces.
Yeah.
You know.
You
or
wear
something.
sandals.
First of all, something drops, you want to cry. You're like, who's picking it up?
who needs that thing anymore?
yeah.
It's like it can just go into the universe.
Yeah. So you
Driving?
Driving.
Yeah.
Driving
You
was
struggle driving.
I didn't struggle driving. The only thing was just the seat belt. Like I was thankful that I had the armrest. So then I would like sort of extend it over the armrest just so that, because the tension on the lower belt.
Yeah.
And some people say they don't strap them. I don't. I always believe in
being strapped in.
So I'd find a more comfortable, like finding something to expand it at the bottom just so
Yeah.
that it's not giving so much tension on the
the-
tummy.
Yeah.
And that worked well for me. And I
Me,
would
I'd
be
go
okay.
under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would still feel like it's tugging under. So I would find it easier to just make it wider on the armrest.
Yeah.
At least the bottom bit, if it passes over the armrest, it's not so I wouldn't feel the tension as much. Yeah. It was
sense.
more comfortable.
My reasoning was that if it went under and then something happened, the baby was being squeezed upwards rather than all of a
Downwards.
sudden. Yeah.
was
Collecting your baby from
So
the
now
bed
let me
was
ask
over
you.
there.
So third trimester, yes, we're here. The expectation. I think the nesting,
Yeah.
the buying of clothes. Are you prepared or not prepared? The last one, man, I was so lethargic. Did I even have things ready?
I'll go back to nesting. Like, what is that?
So like nesting, I guess you're just getting ready for the baby, but you don't realize it. You're just in this space where you just want to arrange things for the baby to you're in the excitement and you just want to bang.
Folding the
You start
clothes.
panicking about the room and how it looks. Is
Yeah.
it done? How are they? How are the clothes? Arranging everything, your bag. You just want to feel like everything is ready for this child. I don't feel like I really nested with this last one. I feel like I was just like, I've had 2 others. We'll figure something out of that pile. We just have bought a few clothes for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think I went buying them and I've been buying them as they go along. It's not as much as the other kids. I had lots of cabinets full of clothes, and this one, the Lord raised him. I mean, honestly, because at some point I can't promise that he didn't wear pink clothes. At some point, I mean, it's the truth.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
who's seeing him as he's sleeping in this pink romper? I mean,
Salmon.
even
You know now when
knows.
it's a boy, it's called salmon, so it's okay.
But no, some of those shades cannot be.
They're very pink.
Some of them are very pink.
Yeah, fuchsia.
And little bows on some of the clothes
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
polka dots. I'm like, listen,
Listen,
the
is
guy
he
is at
dressed?
home. Yeah. But
Is
when
he
visitors would
dressed?
come and put on,
I don't know that I did much for the second. I think by then I was, I'm a veteran. But of course, the first one, you go overboard.
the first one
You go
is-
excessive.
yeah, you even buy unnecessary things.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
And you're just like, now what was this thing for?
That they never wear.
Or use.
Some of them they're out, and then nobody warns you about. I think I remember I did a trip to SA when I was like 7 months with the first one, and I think that was my that's when I went to buy a lot of the things. And I do remember when I was in the shop looking for clothes. You're the first time mom, so nobody's telling you. So I'd be over there for 0 to 3 months.
Yeah.
So you're there. Oh, this is so cute. I remember a lady just whispering,
That won't
"You're
fit for
expecting,
long.
yeah? Is it your first baby? Yeah. just get 3 to 6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Don't buy too many.
Yeah.
They outgrow them so quickly. And from that point,
Yeah.
she really, that baby helps me. Because
Yeah.
from there now, I was like, I bought very few 0 to 3. Then now majority of the clothes now I bought was 3 to 6, 6 to 9 months. Which honestly, I feel like they dwell longer in the 6 to 9
Yes. Yeah.
than
That
0
0
to
to
6,
3.
even 0 to 6, depending on your growth spurts and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's our tip for
When you're
serious tip
shopping,
for when
yeah.
you're shopping. Please don't buy too many 0 to 3s. They'll be the most useless things.
Don't buy any clothes 0 to 3.
Yeah.
Just swaddle them.
Yeah.
Ati don't buy any, buy a few.
You can. No,
Just
you
buy,
can funga
just
with
buy.
like
Imagine you can funga.
It's okay.
Yeah,
You see,
but what are they doing?
This coming from mothers who have now 3, 2.
Yeah.
Buy your cute little, indulge yourself also. Those things that make your heart feel good, but don't overindulge. Honestly, 0 to 3, they'll be done with it in no time. Yeah, so just 3 to 6, 6 to 9. Yeah, and then if even you know your genes between the two of you. If you guys are bigger babies, just invest more in the bigger sizes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, and if you're lucky though, you get, friends who've had babies earlier than you, and they download
Exchange program.
Yeah, you do an exchange program because also the cost. If you think about the cost postpartum, when you have your baby inside you, you're not worried about what will he eat?
Yeah.
What will he wear?
Yeah.
Those are not thoughts. But postpartum, then they start piling up.
In fact, during that last trimester, did you guys now, at what point did you switch to starting to think about after the baby comes? Did it happen during? Did it happen now? Like we are now, the hospital is imminent.
I think for me, it was the 3rd trimester. I think I was pretty ready. Even the clothes I was buying throughout the pregnancy and stuff, I was buying things that would transition me beyond. So like I'd buy clothes even for myself, thinking about nursing. So I'll be like, I'll buy this thing, but I need to think about, is it going to help with the nursing journey?
Yeah.
So that, at that point, I'll be incapacitated for about a month. I'm not going to have time to be able to shop. So how do I get things that will transition me into? So I did buy a lot of clothes and prepare myself for that journey. And I remember even having the list, and it was you who had the mother list.
My
This
spreadsheet.
babe.
Yes.
And a list for Makimataifa. But it was very intuitive because then it had baby list and then it has mommy list. And in the mommy list, then you also now become more intuitive towards, okay, what will I need? What kind of trousers do I need? You're still gonna need because your stomach doesn't go away immediately. For those who don't know, at all, it takes time. It feels like there's a baby, like your stomach is still big, like it flops. It's like there's a baby, and then. But then, like, the size is still the same.
Yeah.
So you still need your maternity pants and stuff. I had a story about a guy who was told to pack a bag for the wife. And he showed up with the dress she loved the most. The dress he loved on her. That
bandage
would fit,
dress.
A bandage dress. For them to be discharged from hospital.
How is he doing? Is he still alive?
I think the marriage survived. They have. But imagine now what trauma that was.
Yeah.
So I guess it's one of those. It's not going to happen overnight. So don't expect this whole snatch back, whatever. Guys, let's just accept the stomach takes a while to go back.
Yeah.
And you'll be like that for some time. And it's okay. And so you'll need your maternity clothes for quite a bit. So I do remember one of the best, in fact, this last time when I went shopping for the last born, when I was buying maternity pants, even the guys who I was shopping from, he was like, don't buy the band. You know the ones that have the elastic band at the top? He was like, they're like trousers, they're like jeggings sort of, but they have like an elastic band.
Yeah.
Buy those.
Yeah.
Because then as you grow smaller or as the stomach is, then you can wear them longer. So it's better than the long band, whatever's of,
That are very specifically.
Because those then you'll shrink and then at some point they're just sort of like, now you have all these pants that you have to sort of fold up the top bit. So those ones were a good transition. I mean, honestly, they sail you through really comfortably.
I lived in tights pre-pregnancy till after pregnancy.
Yeah,
Same thing. It expanded with the belly. It contracted
with the belly.
well. But I don't. For my first, those are not things I was thinking about at the beginning. I think everything was leading up to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I barely thought about the reality of after that. So I wasn't even reading about breastfeeding or what to eat or how fast the baby grows or whatever. It was all just this date that we go to the hospital and we get, there's labor and there's whatever. It wasn't until the others that I was like, there's life after, in fact.
So Beth, take us through what your preparation for the hospital was.
You had spreadsheets.
I had spreadsheets
Yes.
from me. If I'm stressed, if I'm anxious, I organize my life with spreadsheets. Okay, so I had spreadsheets for 0 to 3 months, trimester, like pregnancy, 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6, last trimester, and then this is the date at which we need to start doing our hospital bag and so on. So in my hospital bag, in all of my wisdom, in my first baby, I was packing, I packed my nice clothes to go with. I had really great outfits for the child. I had diapers. I had a scented candle. I had a playlist because I was now going to create this ambience in the labor ward.
Yes.
Hey, did I use any one of those things?
A candle in the hospital.
Scented candle.
And
for
a playlist.
vibes.
Okay, vibes. I mean,
And a
playlist I can
bathing
understand.
playlist.
But candles in a hospital.
Me, I was like, I was going to create my space,
crazy.
calm. Yeah, those bathing,
Hypnos.
whatever. Yeah, me, I wanted a zen space. I wanted it to smell nice.
Yeah.
And to be just a calm, easy
So
place.
I was so dead. And I remember we were expecting about the same time, and it was 2 months apart, and we're exchanging lists for so you what? I was like, I focused more on the nursing things, and I think now the difference was that we planned differently. Her, she was in the this is the phase we are getting into. Me, I was already past that. I was the baby will come. I need, I have to have nipple cream because I'll need it immediately. I started using nipple cream a month before because I had been told that it's likely to get, your nipples will get sore.
Prep them for...
I guess also because of the conversations I had also now with other people who had children, they were like, let me tell you, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
So I would just start using that nipple cream. Yeah. It was Lancino for the win. I started using it a month before, started prepping my body. I was I had already the pump. I had packed it to the hospital. So it was I think my mind was already
practical.
at the...
Yeah.
I need a nursing. People will come visit me, so I need my nursing, whatever, so that I'm comfortable when visitors come.
What?
Those were the things that I was at.
You are so practical.
I know.
Yeah, I'm thinking I was with you with it will be zen.
Yes.
And we will all hold hands.
Yeah.
As she calmly pushes the
In
baby.
fact, what is my hair going to look like? What is the hairstyle?
Yes.
For the first photo after the baby comes, what gown am I going to wear? Because must I really wear those ugly ass things that they give you at the hospital?
That's a whole discussion.
I need a nice scarf for putting over here on the pillows.
This is an important discussion. Is the things they make us wear.
Oh gosh. Oh, those things are so
The most
horrific.
horrendous.
So unflattering.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
also, let's just also be honest. Man that opening helps with breastfeeding at the time when you it's the
It's
most
true.
It
Yeah,
does really help with that gap.
Yeah.
It really helps with the breastfeeding. You're just
first-
able to whip out. All of you fit so comfortably there.
But
You're
they just look better because they look
It's
like
true.
the worst.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Uniforms.
Yeah.
Oh, Kwanzaa, if you
We
get
all
the
look like
one out ones,
houses.
Yeah.
if you're many of you at maternity.
And you're all wearing
Yeah.
this blue thing. You all
Yeah.
look like houses
Yeah.
in...
Oh no, nobody also prepares you for the hunger pangs that
Yeah.
come with breastfeeding.
Oh, right.
In the
Yes,
hospital
yes.
or
You know,
post?
generally, when the baby comes, wow. Like you breastfeed at it 2 times without eating, your head will be spinning.
So did you guys do that whole eating for 2? While you're pregnant, you're always told how.
No, but because the baby didn't
Because
want.
even the stomach,
There's
the
no
baby, the larger
space.
it grows, your stomach also shrinks.
Yeah.
You're not able to eat as much as
Yeah.
you would like to even.
So
if
it's
you
a
wanted
myth.
to. So
It's honestly, it is. Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
no.
That child is there's not a lot of calories that they need. But again, your body will tell you also.
Yeah.
Because there's people now who have super hunger when you're pregnant and you feel like you just must eat everything.
Yeah.
For me, I think I was the same. I ended up vegetarian. Me, I was loving my salads the entire time, sparkling water, and that was it. In fact, from the pregnancy, I had an aversion to beef and the smell of sizzling beef. Like when you're making a steak or when you're frying it, I couldn't stand that smell. To this day, I still can't. It stayed with me. So I can't do steaks and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have such interesting experiences and I can't relate. But such good stories about being pregnant.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it again.
Definitely not.
There's no part you'd repeat, like you'd go back to the kicks.
No, I think the only thing I'd repeat is the service from everyone else. Oh, mama, come in. That I loved a lot. But other than that, I think I was glad when it was done.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I did my part, what I could do for Mother Earth. And so in sharing these stories, I hope the audience gets to relate to some of them and to learn some of the things that you guys experienced.
Actually, we should ask them to tell us, like your experience. What stood out for you?
Yeah.
What would you not want, and what would you repeat? Like, what did you enjoy the most about it? Yeah.
Or what are you currently going through?
Yeah.
You know?
And we send you our
prayers.
And prayers.
sorrows, prayers.
Until the next time, this is us, Ninja Moms, on Ninja Parenting.
Saying bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.